Hi, I'm Tina Warnock. You can most often find me at home or with my kids or my husband. We have 3 kids and I'm often running around after them, getting them where they need to be with what they need to be at the right time. So I kind of think of myself as the administrator and planner of our home, and I also help Simon out with the office side of his business. And in my spare time I love to do some crafty things, read, getting into a bit of gardening, stuff like that. So the thing that I really love about the Bible, for me, it's all about discovery. Like, there's always something new to learn. There's something new that God there to teach me or to show me about himself, and I can read the same passage again in a different circumstance and there's still something new, always something new to discover, and that's what I really love about it. A typical week for me, looking at God's Word, probably the biggest thing is that I go to a weekly Bible study group, and that involves kind of 4 stages of learning in the Bible over the week. The biggest part is my own study that I do in the Bible, looking at the passage that we're studying and thinking about it, answering some questions. So I do that during the week. And then the second part is that I get to discuss it with a bunch of other women, and we share our answers and our thoughts from our own study during the week. And then the same day we get to hear someone speak about that in a lecture. And then the last layer of all our learning is that we get some material to take home and read about that same passage. I find that I actually get the most out of reading my Bible, connect with it most, learn the most, connect with God the most when it's just me and my Bible and God, and I'm just really looking to see what he has to teach me. So the resource that I actually think is the most important is to have a method of looking at what I'm reading and taking it beyond, say, the story or what the verse says, and finding out what it really means, and a process, I guess, to go through and dig a little deeper in it. And I've got a couple of methods that I use, and that's actually what I think is the most valuable resource. But in saying that, I have the Bible app on my phone. I find that's really handy. I can have my Bible wherever I am, and I've now got my devotional plan on that. I also love, there's an app and a web page called BibleGateway.com that's really good for searching for a verse when you know the words but you can't remember where it's found, or looking up different things. And when I do some special or more in-depth study for myself, I've got this big old Strong's Concordance book where I can look up the words in English and then find out what they meant in the original language. And I know you can find that information online as well, but I really love my big old book, and it seems to kind of have a bit more in it than what I can find online. So I love God's Word because there's always something new to discover. There's always something new that he can teach me, something new that I can learn about him and his plan. So as I read his Word to discover these things and find out what they mean, then there's another part to it that I need to do, is think about, what do I do with what I'm learning, because I don't want to just learn stuff. So I think about, how does that impact my thinking and my life, and what changes is God calling into my life, I guess. Just an example of something that I've been learning quite recently from God's Word, the weekly Bible study group that I go to, we're studying the book of John, taking the whole year to look at the book of John, and a couple of weeks ago we were up to chapter 10, and that's where Jesus is talking about himself as the Good Shepherd, and he talks about his sheep knowing his voice and listening to him and following him, and of course the picture is that he is the shepherd and we're the sheep. So having thought about the Good Shepherd and listening to his voice, that really made me think about who I'm listening to, and it's what made me think about who I'm listening to first in my day. So I've found that when I grab my phone, which is my alarm, I tend to just have a wee look on Facebook first thing in the morning, and I was just really challenged that it would be better for me to have God's Word being the first thing spoken into my life in the day. So I have found a devotional plan on my Bible app, and I'm choosing to look at that when I first wake up in the morning. So that's kind of a new daily thing that I'm adding into my kind of weekly Bible reading, because I want to be listening to his voice. And it wasn't about needing more Bible study or not doing enough or anything like that, but just about hearing his voice and him being